let us play our intro music for a second.
Hey,
I'm
hey.
having a wonderful day. The smile like we live is a blessing for me. Today the dreams will be all made. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey. I'm having a wonderful day. The smile like we live is a blessing for me. Today the dreams will be all made. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey.
Okay, that was a little something. Started off like we having a wonderful day, you know. And I hope you have had a wonderful day and a wonderful week.
2 weeks.
Welcome. Yeah, well, 2 weeks.
Well, I
Basically,
wasn't. Yeah.
I got on with them last week for a little while.
Okay.
So but yeah, brother. How was your week so far, man?
It was pretty good and productive. I have to say, in all, it was about 90% good. You know, what I mean, I'm still dealing with a couple of other things, health issues, but that's on me. You know what I mean? So, I hurt my back doing, before I start, it's about time for me to start doing the weights. I always start in April. I do my curls for 3 months.
Get your arms up, huh?
That's what Prince C said. It's easy for all I'm working on is my arm.
Yeah, get your arms nice and bulky.
Yeah, and it's amazing because for years I used to always just do curls, and then my son put me out. He said, "Man, you're gonna look retarded if because you just pumping the biceps."
Right,
I never even thought about the triceps.
right.
You know what I mean?
Triceps or your forearms and all of that.
Yeah, I never even thought of that. None of that. You know what I mean? And the pecs and everything. So now I'm a little bit more advanced. So probably next week, my back is feeling better. It took 2 weeks, man. My back was out of work sync for 2 weeks. So
Hey, what's up? What's up?
it's feeling better now. So I'll start with my weights, and I don't know if either I'm gonna do push-ups or pull-ups. I don't know. One of the two. I coordinate with the weights. You know what I mean? Probably I don't maybe I don't know, maybe pull-ups. I don't know. I don't go crazy.
I mean, it's about being healthy, man. It's
Yeah.
about being healthy. It's about working your body, being healthy, and eating right. And I like this saying that I heard: either eat your medicine or take your medicine. You know what I'm saying? So I like that saying.
Yeah.
Eat your medicine or take your medicine. So if you eat right and exercise, then you'll pretty much be limited, if not having to even take no medication.
That's my
That's the
end need
ultimate goal.
because I'm giving myself 3 months to get my sugar down. If I don't get it down, I'm gonna have to take the medicine because I'm supposed to be taking it, the diabetes medicine. But I
Right.
took it for 2 years and then I stopped taking it for 2 years. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. I'll try to get it down, and do
Thank you, Morales.
but you still on your workout regimen, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got to stay on mine. I had a little scare. You know what I mean? I done worked out so much, my chest started hurting. So
For real?
yeah. My chest started hurting, so I had to take a break. I had strained a muscle in my chest, so
Mm.
I had to take a little break. So I took this has been my second day.
Okay. Somebody said, why did I stop taking it? The diabetes medicine because I already take blood pressure medicine. I already take some other medicine for my stomach. I got gastritis. I just don't want to be like a pin cushion. So Um, the blood pressure, I doubt if I ever. Well, I don't want to never say never, but you never know. But at least I know that diabetes is more easier for me to control than the blood pressure.
Well, the thing with that is for your digestive system. Later on, I'm going to send you a tea to try.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
All
Because
right.
I've been striving to get into the herbal thing, holistic health. That's what I've been striving to get into, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Did you
And
see the
and
Did you see the video I sent you?
and physically. Which one? And maybe I saw it. Which one?
I just sent it to you maybe like 3 hours ago about the guy that was in the car, the Moor. He was in the car and the cop stopped him.
Nah, I
You
didn't
gotta
see it.
you gotta check it
I
out.
gotta
It's
check
on
it out.
I think I sent it to you on Instagram, or it's either on Instagram or TikTok, but check your inbox.
All right.
The police stopped him and he was going off. Like he was like, I'm a Moor. I'm traveling and I don't need paperwork. I got this signed by the
Yeah.
so and so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Somebody just asked. Yes, it was on my left side. It
Oh,
has improved.
he
It
asked you
has
why did you
improved.
stop? Yeah.
Yeah. It's improved. Feeling better today. Much better.
I don't want to cut you off, shot, but
Right.
to go back to that, the Moor, the guy that got stopped by the cops, it was a Moor,
Right.
and he sued the he sued and got I think a 2 million settlement.
Sue the police officer. What
He
for lack
he
of jurisdiction?
I don't really know what it is. I just was in the comments and somebody said it was in 2023 and he sued him because I didn't after they didn't show the whole video, but you know they wound up putting on gloves and snatching him out the car and he was reading them like constitutional rights. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I know they asked him did he have a license or something. He was like I don't need one. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Something
check it
like
out. I'm gonna check it out.
he said, I got proof to show you my nationality, and I don't, check it out. Check it out.
Right.
It's in your inbox, but it's deep. It's real. It's really deep, man. And that's what that's stuff like I want to talk about on here. Like just stuff that's going on. You
Oh
know,
yeah. We definitely want to keep people abreast and bring stuff to their attention that they may not be aware of and talk about stuff that they are aware of.
right?
You
True.
know, that's ultimately what it's about.
Yep. Like we were supposed to jump into that the other topic, but I got on that more thing, and we got on the health thing.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
but I know we were supposed to talk about the basketball player Anthony Edwards. He plays for the Minnesota Minnesota Timberwolves. The
Okay,
23-year-old superstar. So I don't know how if for the people that's listening, I don't know who's familiar with what or who is not familiar with it, but he's 23 years old, and he met a young lady 10 years older than him, and she wind up getting pregnant by him. He tells her he doesn't want a baby. Some kind of all this is allegedly. He gave her $100,000. She was supposed to terminate the pregnancy. She scammed on him and kept the money.
right.
So I guess from there everything went downhill because she wind up keeping the baby. Um, so he did a DNA, found out he was the father. Some kind of way, I don't know if it was the courts or them together or whatever. Somebody came up with $5,000 a month child support. So
Okay,
what he did, he times 5,000 a month times 18 years, which came up to like 1,038,000 or something like that, and he gave it to her because the internet been going crazy about this, so I'm sure everybody heard about it. So he gave her the money and told her he don't want nothing to do with her or he don't want nothing to do with the baby. You know what I mean? He done with it. He washed his hands with it. Now, on her behalf, she is denying that he gave her the money. The 100,000 or the million for the money. But I just think she don't want the internet or people to know that. Maybe she don't want family to know she got a million or whatever. And another thing is she also got a baby by the rapper Little Baby. She got a 10-year-old son by Little Baby the rapper. So that throws a whole nother mix into it.
Yeah, put a whole nother spin. Now, the question to everybody that is in the audience is, being that he paid the woman 18 years and he's allegedly stating that he don't want anything to do with the child.
No,
How do you feel about
that's
that?
not allegedly. That's he said that. It's
Oh, that's
alleged.
definite.
That's definite. It's
That's
alleged
definite.
that did he give her the
Oh,
money for 18 years?
oh, okay. Well, I mean, and that's a big controversial question
Mm-hmm.
where it's, if two people have sex and a baby is conceived
Mm-hmm.
and the man says that he doesn't want the baby and the woman go ahead and have the baby, is the man responsible to be in the baby's life, or is he responsible to take care of the baby? So that's pretty much the question to all of you. My
Um.
thing, go ahead.
No,
What's your
no, no. Go
so
ahead. I was just thinking out loud. Because you had
my
said
my
something
my
else.
response to that is, okay, especially in this situation. In this situation, if he made her aware he didn't want the baby,
Mm-hmm.
he held up to his responsibility of at least financially supporting the baby by giving her the money, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? If he's giving her the money, he's held up to the financial part of it. Now, later on, he may get to choose, he may decide that he want to be in the child's life, but he doesn't really, it's his choice now because he made a choice to say, okay, uh, I didn't want the baby.
Right.
However, I know what most people say in the audience, it takes two. And I've heard in these type of situations, well, if he didn't want a baby, why didn't he wear a condom?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, that's a valid and good question and good point. But the point is that he did make some type of compensation for uh, his part in the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, we want to hear your thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think, brother?
Um. If he did, like you said, if he didn't want a baby, they should have. First of all, she see a lot of people say, why didn't he wear a condom? You know what I mean, or something like that. I kind of think it's more like the woman because you got a man got to enter a woman. The woman is not entering the man. The man is entering the woman. I have had women. I have been completely naked and they've been naked and about to have sex and they say like where the condom at. you know
Right, right.
So you know what I mean, or like, no, we ain't doing that without a condom. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So, I don't. With me, it's a little bit more on a woman because she has the, you know what I mean? It's
She
her
has the
final.
final say.
It's
She
her
has the
final
final
say.
say.
He
Absolutely.
he got to enter her. So that's her final say. She gonna know, like she gonna see him getting undressed. She gonna be laying down, or they gonna both be laying down, or whatever the reason is. Before he enters her womb, she gotta say to him, "Where is the protection at, or where is the condom at?" Now, from there, everything else is on her
Right.
because I mean, he not raping her, he not taking it. Now allegedly he was supposed to have gave her $100,000 for abortion, but she didn't get it. Um, so the thing that went viral on the news is that he took her and paid her off for 18 years in advance, and he don't want nothing to do with her. He don't want nothing to do with the baby. Now, far as that goes, that to me, I don't even put a lot of thought to that because I've been in those situations too. When a kid get old enough, they coming to find a father. It just might be a little bit harder to find him. You know what I mean? But
Right.
kids are coming to look for their father. You know what I mean? He might change his way of thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's 23.
He's
I mean,
23.
in another 10 years, he may decide he want to be in the child's life. Right now,
He,
he's 23.
he
And
23.
what was she? 38?
She 38.
So she basically got him by 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she would have been considered the the adult in the situation because based on statistics, they say that your mind don't fully develop until you're 25.
Right.
So we can say he was just a little naive.
And still drink.
However, she knew better.
Yeah. That's
So
how
that
I see it. She a
yeah,
little.
and that's my opinion. We want to hear your comments and what do y'all think about
Yeah.
that situation.
I had I had put it in my room Facebook and wait a minute. Um
So you got some responses?
yeah, a lot.
Okay, yeah.
So
Read some of them. What you got? Let's
yeah,
let's hear some.
all right. Hold up.
And thank you
Uh
all for taking the time out to spend with us on this Friday night. We definitely appreciate it. And those of you who are on my YouTube site, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And those of you who are on the Facebook site, if you haven't, followed me, follow me. What's up, Monty, Miss Truth?
man, where's it at? Uh
I mean, MF Truth, Monty MF Truth.
okay, here it go. Um so basically it was said that if your baby daddy offered 18 years of child support up front, would you accept it in exchange for him having no involvement with you or the baby? So somebody
So that was
said,
that was the question. The question was if your baby father, for those who might not have heard on Facebook, if your baby father offered you 18 years of child support, would you take it?
yeah, and he didn't want to have nothing to do with you or the
And he didn't
baby.
want to have anything to do with the child. Now, me personally, I think most women will say yes
Hmm.
because many women may have guys in their life that ain't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So child support, if you're going to get child support up front, that's a tremendous help for a single mother. You know?
Yeah. So my first person made a comment. Andrea, I just use her first name. She said, if he if he presented it to me with those terms, hell yes, because that would mean he doesn't want to be a part of my child life. So I'll raise mine alone.
Okay.
Then a guy made a comment to her and said, "Yo, that's sad. I guess that she think like that," but she didn't say nothing back to him. Another female, Tanya, said, "Hell no, it don't. She don't want the 18 years. I guess that's what she said." Another girl, Tootie, said. Another one said, "Hell no, cause now my kid have money but no active father in his life. So Uh, so WTBS. So something F the money. Somebody else, Kizzy said no. That's three no's.
Oh, so the
Somebody else,
majority of them saying no? Wow,
somebody
I'm
else said,
surprised.
somebody else said, first of all, child support doesn't stop at 18 years old. As long as the person is in school, you pay support. If they go to school after 18, that's another one. Then another one, this female named Nisi. She said no, because that's being selfish. Another female named Mimi, you know Mimi from 17th Ave related to Justice
Okay,
and stuff.
justice.
She also said no. So we got five no's and one yes. I'm surprised too. That surprised you, right?
Uh, well, Monty MF Truth said she would take the money. Yeah, she said my baby doesn't need no man
She,
who put a price. Don't need a man who going to put a price on their on him or her life.
so she
Price
said she
tag.
so she
She
said
said
she
she would. She said, "I'll take the money. My
oh
baby does not need no man who put a price tag on him or her, basically."
oh okay. Somebody else on I guess YouTube said no, Ramona. She said no.
Now,
That's a lot of
yeah,
no's.
that's a lot of no's. Now, my question to those who said no would be, okay, being that the individual said that they didn't want to be involved in your child's life, you not taking the money, how does that help the situation with the child? I mean, ultimately, you may find a stepfather. You know what I mean? You may find someone who loves you and love your children just as much as they love you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're, unless you one of those individuals who are financially situated, even if you took the money and put the money away for your child until they got grown and they had a head start in life.
Mm-hmm.
So there's other ways to do it other than take it from an emotional level of you being angry because the person decided they didn't want to be in a child's life and not take the money.
Right.
That's my view.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't take the money, then what you gonna do? You're just gonna take the $5,000 a month, and he's still not gonna be in your life. He's still, you know what I mean? You can say I don't want you to pay 18 years in advance, right? So
Right,
so if you don't want him to, okay, say for instance, you don't want him to pay you 18 years in advance because he don't want to be in a child life. You still need support, so you're gonna turn down the million. So now you're gonna deal with the court system and deal with waiting for him to send you $5,000 every month. It's the same thing.
right. Well, yeah. If that's their if they choosing to do that, if they saying no, they may be saying they don't want the money at all. So
I don't believe.
we would have to speak to them again.
I don't believe that.
Let me see. Junk Plug said support don't stop at 18 too. Somebody else said that. Yeah, it don't stop at 18, but we talking about a person who says that they don't want to be involved in a child life at all.
Right.
Here you have an opportunity where they're offering something up front, a million and some change up front.
Hmm.
So, I mean, to me, it makes sense to take that million and some change up front and then renegotiate after the child gets 18 than just to refuse it.
Yeah.
And Monty MF Truths said, but why force a man who don't want your baby? Who don't want your baby to why force a man who don't want your baby take the money and go. You know what I mean? So basically,
I mean, yeah. What I mean. That's the that's the logical thing to do. You don't want to turn the money down because then you supporting them by yourself. I heard of it's okay to be a strong woman and stand on business, but come on now.
okay, okay. Junk Plug said, no real nigga gonna throw money on his child not to raise him.
Now, I don't know about that. I believe it is.
He said that's coward-ish. Well,
Okay. I see what he's saying.
Junk Plug, we were talking about what's the basketball player name?
Anthony Edwards.
We was talking about Anthony Edwards, the 23-year-old that plays for the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who we were talking about. He had a situation with a 38-year-old. Allegedly, he said to her, he gave her $100,000 and asked her to get an abortion. She
Mm-hmm.
never got the abortion. So she had the baby. He found out it was his, and he told her he didn't want the baby. So now that she has the baby, he gave her 1,000, what, 1,300,000 and some change for the
Mm-hmm.
18 years. That's what we're talking about. And this is an individual. He's 23 years old, so you know, and he has the money to do it.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. We need more. We need more men to feel that way. That it's a coward's way out to turn away from a child. But we have so many men in our community who makes babies and walk away from their responsibility. And these guys don't even offer any money for the baby. They don't want to do anything, let alone pay child support.
Right.
All right. So go ahead, brother Jay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't even think this is like a one isolated incident. I believe it's done more behind closed doors, but we in the internet world now. You know what I mean? So I believe it's probably a lot of athletes done did that. Married ones. Uh,
Right.
it's people who have did it. Ken Norton. Ken Norton
Yeah,
had a
yeah, the
son.
boxer, the boxer, yeah.
He had box. He had a son. He didn't deal with it all. And then his son wound up playing for the NFL though. He wound up playing for the
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Um, who if somebody else was a father was an athlete, and they never paid attention to their son. And his son made it to the NBA. I can't think right now, but it's a couple. It's more. It's a couple other people who had kids and never dealt with them or never wanted to deal with them, and then their kids wind up to be like in the NFL or something like that, or
End up turning out all right, basically. Now, Monty MF True said this is her second rich baby daddy. She go after that particular type of guy. And
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good statement that she said. But you was going to say something?
yeah, I wanted to read what Jug Plug said.
Oh, go ahead.
Uh, he said, yeah, he got a status with money, but he already messed up by stepping in by stepping with a throwaway. She wasn't. Oh, okay. Basically, he said he got status of money, but he already messed up because he stepped to a throwaway anyway that she wasn't even worth it.
But look, that's another thing. I'm glad the young lady said what she said. What did you say she said before that?
She said that she got two rich baby daddies, so those are the type of guys
Oh,
that she go after.
right. And then my man said that she's a throwaway. Okay.
Right, basically, yeah. He said he messed up because she was a throwaway. She wasn't worth it anyway.
But look, check this out. Cause I read a lot about what was going on. She
Right.
also, to her defense, she said a lot of people is saying that she's a gold digger and that she's this and she that. But she said on her defense that she said, I can't help it that I look good. I got my own company or whatever. She got her own business after she had the baby by the rapper. She became, she got her
A
own
business
business.
person. Okay.
She got her
She
own
okay.
business. She looked good. She got her own. She got all her own stuff now. She said she can't help it is that if that's the kind of men that she attracts. So she attract high value men. You know what I mean? Athletes, rappers, actors,
Well,
like stuff like that.
well, I want a response to that after I read what Junk Plug said. He said, "Now in the streets, you right, real niggas make babies they can't take care of. But from the child point of view, they don't care about the money. You know, it's about the time." So
Yeah,
basically, he said, yeah, it's a lot of, you know, cats in the street that make babies they can't take care of, and the children don't really care about the money. They just want to spend time with the father,
yep,
which I agree, Jug Plug, and I agree with Monty MF Truth with she has a certain type of guy that she chooses, even though you're saying, Jay, that she says they're attracted to her. However, based on the information that we do have about her, she pursues younger guys.
yeah,
Uh, the baby was 10 years younger than her, and the
yeah,
other the other brother now, he's 15 years younger than her. So if she has a thing for high value man, why isn't she messing with someone closer to her age? You know what I'm saying? So my view, my personal opinion is that she's a predator. She
yeah,
she she goes after them young guys and entice them. She
yeah,
entices them towards her, and she utilizes that to her advantage.
yeah.
That's how I see her.
No, a lot of people said that. Like, she going after, she praying the younger guys, because she looks good. I seen the
Right,
pictures of her.
right.
She's a very attractive lady, you know what I mean? And she got it going on. So, hey, um
Hey, que sera, sera.
can't don't hate the player, hate the game.
Or don't hate the player, learn the game. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the player, learn the game.
Yeah, yeah, cause she
'Cause-
she ain't making nobody have sex with her, right?
right, because she knows, see, based on my opinion, she knows them older cats know the game. They not
Yeah,
gonna fall for it. So
yeah,
she go after the cats who haven't learned the game.
yeah.
So she can put that game on them.
She ain't gonna mess with people that like Denzel or Shaq, or you know what I mean. People like that. Lawrence Fishburne and people who know the game. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even like seasoned rappers like Bow Wow and cats like that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Seasoned rappers. They
yeah,
know they know the game by now.
yeah. They know the game. So
Yeah. So Junk Plug said because them young boys don't know no better, they went off of looks. So she got her own money. Let me see. They went off them looks, and she got her own money. Don't mean that she don't. Oh, okay. He said basically them young boys don't know no better. They went off of her looks. Even though she got her own money, don't mean she don't have another agenda. you know?
well, she got her
Right,
own money now since she
right.
got a baby by
Well,
a little baby.
yeah. Well, her agenda is to get more money, like she got. That's what I would say her agenda was, to get more money, get a even more decent come up.
Yeah,
While she still has what you say. While she still have those looks, to utilize those looks to get her what she want. Right? She's 38 now, so she's approaching the stage where you know, in a lot of occasions or a lot of situations where the looks start to decline.
She about to be a
After,
she about to be a cougar.
well, she already was a cougar. She had him by 15 years. She's already a cougar. She, she was a daggone tiger. Ripped him apart in his pockets.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
she's a good looking chick.
yeah. Well, I mean, and as you said, that's nothing new. There are women who, that's their specialty.
Mm.
That they look good and they utilize them looks to profit. And most men don't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If sometimes you do, but most men don't. Like most men not gonna get a rich woman to sleep with them because they look good and want to give them money.
That's true.
So women have that advantage where they can meet a guy who has money who won't even care that they don't have money. When women get rich, they want a guy with money, equal money or more money than what they have. They don't go for that. Only it appears that men go for that. What you say?
Can you see her?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see her. Yeah, yeah. She looked like she done had a little something done though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She done had some enhancements. Looked like she done had some enhancements, and it is what it is. Whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Whatever works. Something is working for her. I guess she good now.
Yeah, yeah. Now I wanted to ask you. You're a person who watch sports, right?
Yes.
Uh, do you normally watch the entire games,
Uh, Football games. I will.
football games? Okay. And the reason I brought that up because the other week we were talking and you were saying, yeah, I could, I could know more about, politics.
Hmm.
So I brought that up because I put up a post where I spoke about individuals who watch sports, basketball, football, baseball, and the ending was basically how does that help our political, social, and financial situation, and how does it help the individual that's watching financial and social and political situation? That's why I asked you that question. You know,
Um, really, it doesn't because I've been watching sports. I'll say since the late the '70s. Um, Sports is something that I think we get a little bit too much caught up in because you got to think we watching it and you yelling and you screaming and you kicking and you throwing things, but you watching millionaires.
right?
They already got their money. Whether they lose or win, they getting that paycheck every month. You know what I mean? So sports is more like a hobby, a pastime. But I think it's another. I think it's something else that's put here to distract you from something else.
Okay.
I don't think the people that play it take it as serious as the people that watch it. You know what I mean? I just don't because I like me. I'm a person that put myself in the other person's shoes. So if I'm an NBA basketball player and I'm making uh 3 million in 2 years. So let's just say I get like 600,000 a game. Unless you one of the old school people from the old school days that it really matter if you win. If you win or lose, you still getting paid. You still, you know what I mean. You still going. You're a regular person. You
Right.
you going home. You going to your family. It's just a job. But a lot of people that watch it, we don't know that. We all invested in it. And we betting on it, and we preserving the time. Like nobody bother me. I'm getting ready to watch the game and game night and and this is going on and this is going on. I gotta get this. Well shit, look, I got this my apparel on right
Yeah,
now. Look.
right, right. You rocking your team now, right?
Yeah, Miami Dolphins, yeah. So we get a little bit too much caught up into it, but it's an addiction like everything else. So
Yeah, yeah. And the reason I brought that up, and you made some very valid points that many people get involved in the sports, like they know stats, they know how many times the player got hurt. They know so many things about their players and these teams, and I sit back and listen, and I say, wow, these guys are really intelligent. However, that intelligence is not being used to help our current situation
right.
as a community. You know what I mean? If half of that time was split between watching, being entertained, and being educated, it would be a totally different community that we live in.
Yeah.
And that's just my view.
That's true. I could go for that. Because I think that sports probably consume about mm, between two and 4 hours a day of my time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a decent amount of time. You
Yeah, that's
know,
the first because that's the first thing. The first thing I do in the morning when I wake up, the first thing I do in the morning is check the scores.
okay.
So that's the first thing I
Right.
do. I grab my phone and I check. If I fell asleep on the game, I check the
Right.
scores. And most of the times it's more than one sport. Like right now, so I'm checking the NBA scores. I'm checking the baseball scores. You know what I mean? And I'm checking the college football scores. So and then
Right.
I take a break and then I'm coming back to it later. Then I'm taking a break, then I'm coming back. I want to check it right now while I'm doing this.
Yeah, you got it bad, brother. What's up,
Sometimes I
Margie?
have it. Sometimes I got a laptop right here and back of the phone. Sometimes I have the games on the back in the
Oh,
back right here.
had the games
The
displayed.
scores, the scores.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, and and I intentionally brought that up. I didn't get any response so far. Um, with me bringing that up with the sports, but it was really just, most stuff that I put out is just to get people to think. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
want us to start thinking and start, striving to be proactive instead of reactive.
right,
That's what that's the goal of why I do what I do.
right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah. So now what else what else do you you have anything that you want to discuss other than,
I,
oh
I
I
think I think that we was gonna talk about what we said we was gonna talk about love or
oh
relationship.
absolutely. We got about 15 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, everybody, either want love, looking for love, or had love and lost love. You know what I'm saying? So and my thing is that when it comes to love, not many individuals really have the true insight of what love is about.
Right.
You know, many people want it, but we get confused on what it is.
Right.
You know, so as you say, which I don't agree with, love should be just one set way. I don't agree that love should be just there's just one type of love, or love should be defined as just one way. Why? Because everyone is different. So what one person needs when it comes to love, another person may need something else.
Yeah.
And most times love don't work. My opinion is that because people are not willing to do what it takes for the other person to make them feel that love.
Right.
Because love is ultimately a feeling that is produced by actions.
Right.
So people say, oh, it's love at first sight. Me, I don't really agree with love at first sight because you don't know the person. So how do you love the person? I,
Exactly.
I believe that there's first sight attractions where you become attracted to a person and you think that there's a possibility that you can love them. I
Mhm.
believe in that. I believe that you can see a person and say, I think I can love that person just based on appearance. But
Right.
once you actually get love is some once you get actually get to know a person, that's how you start establishing love, you know, because there's certain things that you admire about a person, there's certain things that they admire about you. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Minnie? You know what I mean? And as I was saying before, what makes love so difficult, I think, nowadays is so many people want it, but not enough people are willing to do the work to make it last. What's your
Amen.
thoughts?
No, that's a good point right there. A lot of people want it. Um, every time I get caught up in a discussion about love, um, it's a lot. It's never really too many men, but most you have the ladies, saying that I still believe in love. They could have been through hell and hot water, whatever three, four, five divorces or bad breakups, whatever. They still want love. They still looking for love. Um, no matter what the circumstances is, they still looking for love. They still want love. And I'm not nobody to knock nobody dreams. So you know what I mean. But it's almost like what you said. What are you gonna sacrifice for love? What are you willing to um what are you willing to what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give? What are you willing to do? Because I think people is they just caught up in the thought of being in love. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's just the thought of being in love. There's so many single women out here right now that they willing to take they just to have a man, to have somebody to have some company or some companionship, or somebody to come by and Netflix and chill once a week, or just somebody to let they family or they friends or somebody know, oh, I got somebody. You know what I mean? It's that it's that urge. You know what I mean? It's that urge that somebody told them that in order for them to be productive or live or something like that, they have to be in love. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been in love before. It's a beautiful thing. I always say that. Love is a beautiful thing. It's nothing more better than being around somebody and y'all love each other, waking up with them, going to sleep with them, eating with them, making love with them. It's nothing better than that. It's nothing better than that. That's a that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But the point is keeping it real. You know what I mean? Are you willing to do what it's gonna take to keep it real? I told you I was on another show and the lady was like, "What make a man think he can do this, and what make a man think he can do that, and what man, and just because he think he got a penis, he think he we supposed to shut up and listen to him, and he's slinging dick over here, and he doing this and he doing that, and I don't and I don't I just want to know why a man think he could do anything he want to do to a woman, and we still supposed to say submissive, But she looking for love though. But she better make a robot or something. Like she better draw it up because she got too much going on already. And I'm saying that because it's a lot of people like that. They looking for love and they want love, but they mental ain't ready yet. They mental not. Let me tell you something. It's women out here. It's women out here right now that's living with men and know they don't want to be with the man. It's women out here. I'm just talking about the women right now. If a woman want to talk about a man, they could do that. It's women out here right now that is sacrificing months and years of their life. You know what I mean? And they don't even really want to be. They don't even want to be with the person they want. They don't even want to be there. So
Ramona said you're right.
yeah, and so I mean, like, what do you call that? Is um
You know what you call
what?
that? You call that um, complacency. Convenience, being comfortable, or just being satisfied with the situation. So there's a lot of different names for that. You know,
I could think of a few.
right, right. And that's not to say that there's not some love there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
They
I
kind of love.
Right, right. See, and when you said that about love, basically dying or being dead, basically, it's about, for me, I see that people are not doing certain things to help the love grow, to help the love evolve. Because love, like anything else, if not nurtured properly, it gets stagnant.
Right.
It gets to a level where, okay, it's just right there. That's where those people are that you're talking about. Their love has reached a level, and maybe neither one of them, or maybe only one, is willing to do what it takes to increase the level of the love or take it to another level completely.
Right.
Because most times people remain in a situation, there's something that they're getting out of that situation. Either they need or they want. You know, most people, if they're not getting anything out of the situation, they're going to bounce. But if they're getting something that they need or something that they want, they'll remain in a situation that may not be the healthiest for them, but they'll remain there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that, you know, we as a community, as a society, need to, as you said, keep it real when it comes to love, like keeping it real. And It's keeping it real with your communication and doing, and because communication is the key to helping love grow. Because if a person doesn't share with you what they need to, or let's put it this way, if they don't share with you how they need to be loved, how do you know how to love them?
Yeah.
You know? So it's just a matter of being able to share with the person how you want to be loved. Okay, you may be a person who maybe likes to, go out periodically, go out to dinner, go to a show. The other person may be the type of person that likes to stay at home, watch movies, you know,
Yep.
cook a meal. So now, if you are those two types of people, what are both of you willing to do to make the other comfortable? You know, that's
Yeah.
that's that's what we deal with, I think, as a society when it comes to uh, increasing our insight on what love is.
Um, love is a beautiful thing if it's done right.
And for religious people, they'll say that God is love. You know what I mean? So if we put it on the religious level, then God forgives. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
lot of people love gets stagnant because a lot of times somebody don't want to forgive something.
Right.
Or even if they want to, they haven't figured out how to, you know?
Yeah. It's a
Go ahead.
it's a touchy subject, man. I don't really even know if I could ever even do that thing like that again, that love thing. I just don't think I could do it because you giving somebody, it's like a 50-50 chance to me. Being through what I've been through. Somebody else might feel different, but for me to just give my all and my heart to another individual, to give my heart and my time and my soul and everything I got to do to make this thing right. I mean, love you, worship, not worship, love you,
Be committed,
committed.
because go ahead.
No, yeah, love you and commit you and just give you my all and everything. And I want to just be with you. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know if
I
they got
feel you.
it's a woman. I don't know if it's a woman out here like that.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, this is it's about that time for me to depart. Let the people know where they could continue watching you at. And
Okay, I'm getting ready to go on in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go on my Facebook Live, Randy J. Sean Jackson on my Facebook Live, and then I'll be on my TikTok. Um, a TikTok is at JSean763. So I'll be on TikTok and Facebook Live in about 10 minutes. I gotta make me a sandwich.
okay, and I want to thank Margie, Monty MF Troop, and Junk Plug, and Miss Minnie, for taking the time out to
Which
spend
mini
this
is that?
time with us.
Which mini is that?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Oh,
Miss Allen.
tell her I said hello.
And Ramona Pick and Swag Media, Peace, and Ramona. Yeah, yeah. So until next week, it's been our pleasure to spend this time with you. We hope that it's been your pleasure to spend this time with us.
Yeah, you know it. I'm getting my cards ready for TikTok. I'm trying something new. I'm trying something new this time. Like I got like flashcards. Like
Oh, okay.
like
All right.
I'm trying to like I'm trying to do something different.
Next time, Swag, you catch us next week. But Jay Sean is about to be on Jay Sean 763 on TikTok, and then Randy Jay Sean Jackson on Facebook. So go to one of those, you know, sites if you on either one. But you can also come back next week, Swag. So
So you're not work
until
you're not
then,
working out? You're not working out right now?
well, uh, I might give it one more day because I'm feeling a
Okay.
little better. So I may give it one more day and start back on probably Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
And and till I went when I did go to the hospital, my blood pressure was 133 over 76.
Well, that's good.
And that's with no, blood pressure medicine, which they was trying to give me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And they was trying to give it to you.
Right. They actually had given it to me.
Oh, they gave it to you.
Yeah, yeah. I picked it up from the store. I tried it. Then I said, man, I'm not taking this stuff, man. I'm just gonna eat right, exercise, and you know, do what I need to do to keep
And
my blood pressure right.
and it's hard to beat the blood pressure pills. It's hard to beat that.
Swag says it's about eating right.
Yeah.
You're right, Swag. And that's the thing, because I know that you've been doing it, taking them since I was 20, so I didn't even want to get caught up in it, man. I said, man, they not getting me with that, man.
And
And besides,
the
right, and
crazy
my mom,
the
go ahead.
crazy thing is like you said, I've been taking them since my 20s. The crazy thing is it was one pill I was taking for like 10 years, right? Valsartan. And then they did a recall on the medicine. They was like, "Oh no, this medicine ain't no good. We doing a recall." They took it off the counters.
Right,
They said it was causing cancer. Like, what the
right.
how you gonna recall something? I've been taking it 10 years now. This ain't a car, you know. How
And,
you gonna recall some medicine I've been taking 10 years? It ain't like you recalled it after 1 year.
right. You
I
got 10 years in.
I got 10 years
And
in.
right, Ramona said, don't take that medicine.
Yeah, that's what I
And
mean. Like,
Swag said he's 100% vegan.
wow. I
You know
did.
what
I
I mean?
tried.
And funny that you said that, Swag, because for the whole month of March, I was staying away from meat. I was eating a little fish and seafood, but I was staying away from the meat. So I'm striving to get to that point because I actually felt better not eating the meat.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I did actually feel better. But I gotta go.
All right.
We gonna be back next week.
All
Make
right,
sure you
swag.
guys come back, 8 o'clock PM, Peep Game TV, you know, and Andre Shadi Hill on Facebook and Jay Sean 763 on TikTok.
About 10
So
minutes.
until next week, we leave you all with peace.
Peace.